people, welcome to Veda Farms Academy. And as I always say, I know you're here to just chase your dreams and money will follow you, right? So today I'm just going to talk about this topic that I know you've seen already. And I don't know how to put this topic for you to understand, but I'm trying to make it very simple way that you understand the perspective of how the poultry is making people millionaire, or how it's going to make people millionaire in a very few years to come, or very few years to come, let's put it that way. So now what is happening in the industry, maybe the next video that will be coming, you may see why there's a lot of egg shortage in Ghana or in Africa. Let me say Ghana because that's why I know most of the information going on right now. And people are demanding, not because people will tell you it's the season now. This time is more than what is happening than the season, and it's going to continue for a little bit of time. So what is happening is that now a lot of people are exiting the poultry industry, or they have exited already, and the number of farmers that are also coming in, they are not able to replace that number. So what is going to happen, that I'm saying, in the next few years, that is going to cause a lot of people to become millionaires in the poultry farm industry, which is already happening. So one, let's see the point that I have. Small farmers exiting. Most of the small farms which were raising, like, let's say 2,000 birds, 1,000 birds, maybe 600 birds, 700 birds, maybe, which were feeding the small community that they are with eggs, with meat, whatever. Most of them are closing down. And what is the purpose of what is the cause? It's a lot of things that is causing that. Some of them are not able to get the capital to continue the job that they have to do. So they are closing down. And when they close down, there becomes a vacuum, or there becomes a place for somebody to take that business opportunity. And that is one thing that is raising people who are also going into poultry right now. That's increasing their capacity to increase more, or increasing their chances to increase more of their numbers. Now let's continue. What else again is going to cause these people to make more, become millionaires in the poultry industry? Two, farmers have reduced, or farms have reduced. When I talk about small farms, they are different from farms have reduced. If I talk about this one, I'm talking about big farms that we used to know. Some are in Doma, some in Accra, different places. Now most of the farms, whether they've reduced the number of birds that they have, or even the farm is no more. Big farms maybe taking 20,000 birds. I know most of them. 20,000 birds, taking 10,000 birds, taking 15,000 birds. Most of them now, they are folded and they are not working anymore. Some of them too, they have reduced the number from maybe 20,000, they come all the way to like 2,000, which maybe they can operate in the comfort zone like that. So the number of birds are reducing. And as I said, the first one, the small farmers are exiting. Those with like 800, 700, 500, they are not able to keep up. So now they are going out. And the farms are also reducing. And this is creating a big vacuum for people who want to go into it to become the millionaires. Why are they becoming millionaires? I'll explain it to you later. I'll come into that point. Now, the next one is illiterate farmers, or illiteracy. When I talk about illiterate, I'm not talking about people who can read, can write. That's not the point here. The point here is people who were doing farming without putting pen on paper on it. Oh, I just bought feed, I just bought the chicken and the chicks, or I just raised them. Oh, they said egg is 14 cedis, 15 cedis, so I'm selling them out, or I'm selling my eggs. And he doesn't calculate whether he's making money or whether he's making losses. So all the thing that he's doing is that he's following the trend. Oh, they are selling the eggs, so it doesn't matter whether he's making money or not. So far as he can get feed for his birds, he's okay. And people are, they are getting out of the business. Why? Because they can't keep up. They end up by incurring a lot of debt on them, or a lot of cost on them, because they will be maybe buying maize from somewhere which maybe they are not paying, which maybe they are buying feed from somewhere, which they are going on credit. So end of the day, time comes and they can't continue the farm anymore because they will be owing too much to the level that what they have as their capital or as their asset, which is maybe the poultry, can't pay for their debt. So after selling their birds, they can't go anymore. And these people are going out. So at first, where you used to say that poultry is for people who doesn't go to school or people who doesn't keep records and can still make money. Not this time. So most of them are exiting the poultry industry. And as they exit, it's creating a big vacuum for people who are now going into it to take the very big opportunity of increasing and making a very bigger margin of profit from it. The next one is professional workers are taking over. When I mean professional workers, you'll be surprised because I do the chicks. I said the chicks. We do a company do the chicks feed, eggs, or whatever. Among all the poultry sector, only maybe hatchery and maybe broilers that we don't do, but the rest of them. And what I see that big professional workers like doctors, MPs, professional, what is the name, health workers like the judges, all the people that you know, the lawyers, they are now becoming poultry farmers. And when they come in, they don't buy 2,000 birds. They don't buy 3,000 birds. They buy 10,000. Give me 10,000 birds. Give me 20,000 birds. But before now, you can even raise one bird before it lays. You are costing like 70 Ghana cedis or 60 to 70. So supposing the person is raising 10,000 birds, we can talk about it. About 600,000 Ghana cedis, or let's say get into whatever that is that you can check it yourself. So, and they are buying like 10 to 20,000 and thereabout. So these are professional workers now taking the job from the people that we used to say they have not been to school or they don't know much about it. And these people, why would they become rich later, or people are going to become rich later? Because they are pushing more money into it. Because when they go to the bank, they can get loans very easily because of the job they do. And also because of the nature of their job, they have access to maybe other source of income that even the ordinary person doesn't have. And this is what is causing them to come into the market or come into the industry and take over from the ordinary people. Now, what is the next one? Feed cost is very high, and the cost of feed is also exiting people out, and that is the main cause. One of the causes that why most of farmers are closing down, exiting the industry is because they can't buy feed. I mean, they will check some. I mean, now it's 23, 24, 25, and what is it in 22? People can at times try to buy them, but raising the birds, the maize and the soya meal or the fish and the wheat bran and the rest of them is very costly. And this is the cost of the feed is what it is making people go out. And then last one is professional egg sellers. Now my next video is going to be on that, and I'm going to talk more about that one. Professional egg sellers. It used to be like at times the egg sellers that we used to have are the market women who were coming in, and people's farms were closing down because these people come into your farms and buy on credit basis. Some of them even come for it at cheaper price. But now professional workers like nurses, teachers, some of these professional workers comes in and they have a little of their capital to buy eggs and sell. As I'm saying, I'll come back to it and talk more about that sector too. But now, what is the point here? So these people that I already talk about, the professional workers, doctors, lawyers, all these people that are coming in, because now they are able to take the bigger margin of the best, or they are able to take larger quantity. They are expanding their capacity. So a time may come, they will be having the 40,000 and the 50,000 and the 100,000 number of birds in the country. And if they have that number of birds, people, most of the market comes to them. It's like all the feed companies that now you know, some of the feed the bigger ones, because they control the market. And if these people become the ones that they have the larger numbers, what happens is that they control the market. So at the end of the day, we won't have too many poultry farms that you see too much, because if that person is having like 100,000 in your area and he's producing at that quantity, people will go to him because he's able to sell at a price and still make profit. But you as an individual selling like 1,000, 2,000 beds, your profit margin will be low. And if you try to go to the level to sell his eggs, you'll be making losses. And as that person with that capacity, he's making more profit. Because the best is about, at times, how you raise it and the number that you have, the little that you make from, because it's about numbers. So people who are going into it and investing more into these numbers are going to be rich. I'm not talking about small. They're going to be millionaires. That is millionaires, because even now if you have 100,000 bets, you're already millionaire. Just telling the reality, because it's a money. I'm not talking about cash flow, but I'm talking about asset wise. So poultry farming is going to make people millionaire in a very few future. And the sectors that I want people to also look into, I don't want to say all of us or most of us, but into hatchery, into good medication sellers, because the ones that we have in the system, a time is coming, they are going off. I'll come to the video with that one, because we used to have some companies, I don't want to mention any company's name, maybe to just say something that at times it will not favor them, or it will favor them too much. If you favor them, I prefer to say it, but if it doesn't favor them, then you see the backlash. So that they used to be in the system for 32 company, maybe you know. Now you can see more Chinese even product medications coming to the market. You can see most of the Belgian ones is very hard to find, because most of them are like expensive. And so people are also going to create that welcome, selling more medication, which are expensive, because these people who are also professional, they buy things which are expensive. Before I end the video, one time I was talking to one of them, and he was buying fish of 50 kilos, 10,000 Ghana cedis, and I said, wow. So these are some of the things at times it's becoming very necessary. I think the video is going dark, and I'll end here, and next time we continue with it. But one thing I will say is that chase your dreams and the money will follow you. Peace. Shalom.